Hello friends, we will be continuing our series. Let's start with our next lecture, functions or methods in Java. In Java, functions are called methods. A method is a set of instructions grouped together to perform a specific task. Instead of writing the same instructions repeatedly, methods allow programmers to write the instructions once and reuse them whenever needed. This helps in organizing the program and making it easier to understand and maintain. What this means is that there are functions in Java that are called methods, and a method is a set of instructions that is grouped together to perform a specific task. Rather than writing the instructions repeatedly, we use these functions to call the instructions, and by this we can write the instructions once and reuse them again and again as we need. This helps us in organizing the program and making it easier to understand and maintain. Every method has a name that describes what it does. It can also retrieve information from outside, called parameters, which influence how a task is performed. After completing the task, a method can be sent back a result to where it was called from, or it might simply perform an action without sending anything back. What this means is every method has a name. The name of that method describes what it does. It can also receive information from outside called parameters, which are blocks that send various values. These values or parameters can influence how a task is performed, meaning having different values in the parameters can have different results. After completing a task, a method can send back a result to where it was called from, or it might simply perform an action without sending anything back. So basically, methods are functions that are used to recall an information or to perform a task. Using methods in a program helps to divide the work into small pieces. For example, one method might calculate a value, another might display information, and yet another might check if certain conditions are met. This division makes the overall program clearer and reduce errors, since each method handles a specific responsibility. What this means is that we can use methods to divide our work into smaller pieces. For example, a method in our program might calculate a value, a different method in our program might display information, and yet another block of method can check if certain conditions are met. If we want, we can call these methods repeatedly to perform a same task but with a different value or with a different action. For example, if we create a method that makes a program or a function to calculate the sum of two numbers, we can call this method again and again without having to give the instructions repeatedly and perform the sum or the addition of our numbers. This will make a program easier and concise. Thank you for watching.